What's going on, guys? Dark Rewind is back after a short little hiatus, a little break, little summer break, I guess if you want to call it that, little life slash summer break. But enough of all that. We're back. That's the best part. We're back. It feels great to be back. Get to get back to my movies. Get to get back to finishing all my duties that I started, and we're getting back to the Friday the 13th greatness. I was in the middle of finishing up franchise breakdown overall, and we made it pretty far, and now we're here. Part 9, Friday the 13th. Jason goes to hell. So today, we're gonna deep dive in the most bizarre entry, and yeah, the one where Jason turns into a worm thing. So buckle up. All right, quick. So before we get into the juicy details, let's get a quick recap going. This movie dropped in '93. It's the 9th installment of the franchise and New Line Cinema's first stab at Jason. It promised to be the final chapter, and they went hard. First 10 minutes, Jason gets baited by a fake victim, ambushed by the FBI, and blown to pieces with a freaking rocket launcher. Legit fireworks, like Kill Street, like blown up. And here's when things get weird, though, because Jason doesn't die. Not really. His heart, just his heart, is still beating in the morgue, and then the coroner eats it like it's a late night snack. From that moment on, Jason's soul or evil essence starts body hopping. Yeah, it basically becomes a demonic parasite that takes over other people's bodies and kills through them. And as you can see, Jason's soul can possess other bodies. And also, quick note, he can't come back in his original form unless he's reborn through someone from the Voorhees bloodline. In reference to this movie, it's his half-sister, her daughter, or her baby. He can only be killed for good by a magical dagger wielded by a blood relative. So yeah, it's like they try to turn Friday the 13th into a mix of The Exorcist, Evil Dead, Rosemary's Baby, and there's even a Necronomicon in the Voorhees house. No lie. So what did they try to do? Now, I'll give New Line some credit. They didn't just rehash the same thing. They tried to turn Jason into something more demonic, more evil, and more lore, like lore heavy. Problem is, it kind of stops being a Jason movie for like 95% of the movie. And if you like your killer wearing other people's face, then that's cool, but is it still a Jason movie? But gotta talk about something very, very positive. Kill count and gore factor. This movie is nuts. I watched it now from my box set, the Blu-ray box set, and it has the unrated version. So I did watch the unrated version, and man, the kills went hard. I think the gore was top notch. The practical effects were amazing, and I think my favorite kill was probably overall the tent scene, and where he ripped the body in half. Oh, and then like one subtle kill that was just, I feel like was super underrated, was when he slammed that girl's head. She was trying to get in the car, and he just slammed the door, just like cracked her head in half. That was crazy. That was nuts. That was nuts. But overall, yes, the kills and the gore were just, man, top three in the franchise, easy. But what works versus what doesn't work? What works? The atmosphere. Dark, very dark. The practical effects are top notch, and the tease at the end. We'll get to that. What doesn't work? To be honest, the only thing that doesn't work to me is the fact that Jason's not really in the movie, and the entity they chose was like a demon worm thing. Well, at least the demon worm through most of the movie, and then it turns into like a little demon baby critter, you know. Um, but then but I have heard some people say also the Voorhees bloodline lore, and which I can see their points because it's more fan fiction than practical what's going on in the Friday 13th franchise. So I see both sides on that one for when that doesn't work for people. I don't mind it because it takes the Friday 13th movie or the franchise to a whole new level. And I'm not mad at that because otherwise you would just have a campy Jason movie where he's just in a campground with a machete chopping people. Say what you will, but Jason Goes to Hell had guts, literally, and creativity. It gave us the Freddy glove tease at the end, which blew my mind back in the day, and still kind of was cool even seeing it today. And it paved the way for Freddy versus Jason. So in 2025, how's that hold up? It's nuts. It's gross. And it's a little confusing, especially if you're just jumping into this, not watching any other movies. So it's going to be super confusing. I can say that. But it's a cult classic. And if you're a hardcore fan, it's worth revisiting. If you're new, I would probably say get your lore up. Watch the franchise, but it's still worth watching. But on the slasher scale, I'd have to give this movie, man, easily an 8.5 out of 10. Mad respect for going off the rails, even if it threw some people off. But at the end of the day, it took the Friday the 13th franchise and pretty much broke that basic barrier. And for New Line's first Friday the 13th film, and still kept Kane Hodder and the same composers and a lot of the original people still involved. Great job. Great movie. But what did you guys think? What did you think about the Jason demonic worm energy? Did it ruin the franchise? Did it make it interesting? Let me know in the comments. And hey, like and subscribe, hit that notification, and when you do, stab it like it's a magical dagger straight to the heart. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.